We are live, guys. How exciting this is. I haven't gone live in a long time. It's been like what? Like 2 months I've been slacking on the live. Sitting here talking to myself right now because YouTube's pushing this out to everyone. But excited for everyone to get in here. We're going to catch up on a lot of things. I got the new home office set up right now. What's up, Michael? Welcome. Here, guys, we got our plaque. Get this baby in here. Look at this thing. This thing is awesome. We got the plaque. I just knocked something over. Whoops. Put this right here. Cool. We got the plaque, guys. We're in business. I was just letting everyone know that I just got this new like home office set up because I'm editing all my own shorts now, like in a really professional manner. Let me show you guys what I got going on. So I got the iMac and I got a MacBook, taking things to the next level. Oh, shit, look at, I got 2 phones I'm running content on right now because I have some clients and I have my social media. This is like a full-time operation. It's pretty crazy. Like, just look at the quality of this. Like, this is like the new version. We got the Locked In logo here. We got this here. It's pretty awesome to see it like come to life. And I'm editing this all on Premiere Phone or Premiere Pro. Jeff, thank you, bro. Looking forward to seeing you this month. But yeah, guys, this is the plaque. We did it 6 months. Who would have thought, right? That's fucking nuts that we did this in 6 months. A lot of updates. I've just been busy, working on the podcast. We're filming episodes every week. Can you guys believe the episode with Jeff Asher that came out the other night? It's almost at 100,000 views in just a couple days. Really getting dialed in on my questions and everything like that. We're working. I'm in talks right now to do a live show, like where I'll travel and tour the country and do the show live, which I think will be really cool. Really excited, like, to bring the live aspect. A lot of the big podcasts do like the live aspect. So we're in talks. Hopefully we could, reach a deal and, start hitting cities. That would be so much fun. Hitting cities, doing live stuff and getting out there. The audio is growing, Spotify, Apple, all those sites. I know you guys ask a lot about like how you could help me grow the show. And really the biggest thing that helps us is if you could just go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and just leave us a review. You don't even have to write anything. If you do write something, that would be great. But if you could just go, I know like a lot of you guys like to watch on YouTube, but it also helps us if you go to these platforms and just, leave us that quick review. It goes a long way and helps us get it out there. I'm really liking the iMac, like to do the live. I remember the days I used to have to like sit on my phone or on my iPad to do it. So we're definitely going to start doing more of these lives. What's the other thing? So we have a members only channel. Basically there were some questions about that, but basically with the members only, people can subscribe to get early access to the episodes. All the episodes do eventually get made public, but you get to see them a few days earlier. But you will also get to see behind the scenes photos, and this is $4.99 a month, but you'll get behind the scenes photos. And I'm going to start doing exclusive live chats with the members so they get that aspect of it. And also doing like mini videos talking about like certain guests, behind the scenes, stuff like that. So I will be providing more content for those members. Yeah, you guys are right. Shorts are definitely important for building and growing a channel. I edit all my own shorts. I'm like editing, anywhere from 60 to 80 shorts a week. So it's really exciting. I put in the time, the effort. I've been studying some of the top podcasters in the world, like to, get a better handle on things. I've been listening to a lot of Jay Shetty. I've been listening. I listen to Alex Cooper from Caller Daddy. I find her content interesting. So I'm listening, I'm learning, and I'm getting better. Jeff, I don't think it's an app, but it's on the iMac. And MacBook, you can download it off of Safari or Google. But yeah, guys, I'll give you some time. Enough about me. If you guys have questions, let me know, and I'm happy to answer them. Figure I'll stay on here like 30 minutes. Been on a little iced tea. Don't worry, it's diet, but I've been on an iced tea binge the last few days. Yeah, any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to answer them. Yeah, Jeff, the MacBook changes the game. You can really like up the content, everything like that. So we got a question. What did you do when getting started that helped you get monetized? The biggest thing I would say is consistency and quantity, and also quality. You have to have good content, but since I started this whole social media journey, like I started the podcast in January, but I started posting clips of my story on social media, doing like the little, car selfies in my car, telling clips on TikTok. And since last July, I've posted every day, 3 to 5 times a day. I have never missed a day. I've never taken a day off. Even on the days I'm sick, I always posted, never took a day off, stayed consistent, and made it happen. I think that is one of the reasons for my success in this field, and just being persistent, because that's how you're going to win, long term, because other people are going to give up, and you don't want to be that person that gives up. Jeff, I'm calling you, man. The mob comes into the office and asks for 100K. Yeah, I'm calling you up. You got the mob connects. No nightclubs in the works. I am retired from the nightclub business. I am not into the nightclub business anymore. It's not my passion. And basically, guys, this is like the nightclub business when you think about it. Like, instead of promoting concerts, I'm promoting podcast episodes. Instead of booking artists, I'm booking guests. So we'll see. Promo ideas for channels under 1,000 subscribers. It's shorts, guys. Shorts is everything nowadays. Take your long form content, chop it up into pieces, and post shorts 3 to 5 times a day. I guarantee you your subscribers will go up. Don't miss any days off. Just keep posting shorts on everything, and that'll help. Soy-based Jeremy, level 4 prison. I wasn't in the state prison system, so I don't know. And in prison, in the federal system, it goes, minimum, low, camp, medium, max, etc. But it doesn't go by levels, so I couldn't answer that question for you. What did anyone check out the Jeff Asher episode that came out the other night? That's really doing well. A lot of great comments. It's interesting to get a cop's perspective, especially one that went to prison. So that's something we don't usually see before. What else you guys got for me? Yeah, Jeremy, I think me being authentic and not being someone that I'm not has gone a long way in this. Of course, there's a lot of content creators that, they're going to push the whole stabbings in prison and violence and this and that. That's not what I'm about. I'm real. I'm authentic. I'm, the first person that says I paid for protection in prison. How many of these other content creators are going out and saying that? They're going to say they stood their ground, this and that. But it makes me me. It makes me unique. It's all, it's the glasses, it's the red cheeks, it's the fact that I'm like this white little nerdy kid from Danbury, Connecticut. So I think if I've learned anything, it's about keeping it real, keeping it honest, and that's what it comes down to. So it is what it is. Lamont on the run. I think you just have to start, man. If you want to start interviewing people. Oh, you're asking how to get your message into the jail. I think I would just write them a letter. Write a letter to these inmates. I think you could look it up online. I know in the feds you can look it up. So I would start there and see if you could get some phone time with them. Kevin, so for guests for the podcast, a lot of people, they email me. They DM me. I'm always going through my Instagram messages, my Facebook messages. I try to respond to as many people as possible. There's so many messages, but I do my best to get out there and message people back and interact with people. Even if I read it or like it, I run all my own social media. So if you do get a like, a reaction, a comment, it's coming from me genuinely. That'll never change. I'm never going to give that up. That's a part of this brand, and it's important to me that I'm running the own social media. So guests for the podcast, also on my website, ianbick.com, there's a link for people to request to be interviewed on the podcast. It goes into a spreadsheet and we're actively looking at it. And there's a big list of individuals, and we're going to get to everyone eventually. This podcast isn't just going to end. We have plenty of people. So if you filled out that form, or if you're planning on filling out the form, we will get back to you. So the commissary cook-off, we're not producing that anymore. Dude, it's just, at this stage of my life, if I've learned anything, you have to focus on what works. And the commissary cook-off is a great idea, but it's not where my energy should be at right now. I need to be focused on the podcast. That's what's working. That's what makes me different. It's the first of its kind, and that's really what's working. So I'm doubling down on that. All of my energy, my focus is on the podcast, Locked In with Ian Bick. So I'm just taking some time off from the cook-off, not focused on that. I think we're going to give some of those episodes that we already recorded to JD Delay so he could post on his channel. But there won't be any more cook-offs on our channel. Yeah, the cop episode is great, guys. It's a lot of fun. It was a really good interview. It's so crazy how I've just grown as an interviewer, you know, like I know a lot of people were doubting, a lot of people were thinking that it was going to die or that I wouldn't pull it together, but you know, I'm learning, guys, and we're growing, and we're going to make it happen. So guests, I mean, this week alone, we have a woman that was involved in mortgage fraud. She was like very involved with her kids' schools, like a normal mother who you would never expect to go to prison. And the FBI ends up raiding her while her and her husband are in the shower, which is crazy. It's so funny. And she gets a year and a day federal prison sentence in the Danbury, Connecticut prison, which is where I'm from, where I live now. And I spent time in the Danbury, Connecticut federal prison. And she was in prison with Teresa Giudice, whatever, I can't pronounce the last name. And Teresa actually mentioned her in her book, kind of bad-mouthing her, which is funny. So that interview drops Thursday. Then we have another Springfield, Mass guy coming out on Sunday, Damien. Larry Lawton in the chat. What's good, my man? I miss you, Big Papa. We got to link up soon, Larry. I was talking to someone about you today. But much love to Larry. Great guy. Really appreciated the 2 days I got to spend with him, and hope to see him again soon. What do we got? I mean, I consider guests from everywhere, you know. We're looking, at everyone. We're actively searching, and guys, I'm open to anything. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to whatever. I take your feedback seriously. And it means a lot. And I look through the comments, and that's how I learn too. I think that's been one of the biggest takeaways from this. You have to, like, I've seen creators like bash their followers, or, not give them the credit. I wouldn't be here without you guys, the people commenting, the people that watch the videos. Like, it's amazing. So to me, it's like, how could I not take a second out of my day to respond to your message on Instagram? Like, that's pathetic on my part if I can't do that. So I appreciate that. And that's never going to change, no matter how big I get or how big the show gets. You guys are always going to have access to me because you guys are the day ones. I don't even do TikTok lives anymore, guys. So I'm focused on the YouTube, man. I still post on TikTok, but you guys are my day ones. You guys are making us stand out, and I love it. So I'm riding with you guys. Hartford, Connecticut, man, hit us up. Come on the show. I live in Danbury. It would be great to connect. Reese, yeah, he could definitely apply if he's willing to tell his story. None of my tattoos are from prison. None of them are from prison. I almost got a prison tattoo, but then I decided against it. I actually have McLovin tattooed on me right there because my nickname was McLovin. I thought it would be funny if I got it. Also, guys, follow me on Instagram, Ian_Bick. I check those messages on there. If you ever need to get in touch with me, have any questions, comments, concerns, I look at those messages. So that's the best way. Sometimes like my YouTube I don't keep the YouTube notifications on. So I don't always get to see your comments and respond to them. And just a lot going on, but hit me up on Instagram and I'll do my best to, at the very least, read it and like the message. Aiden, thank you so much, man. Support means the world, really does. What else you guys got for me? Hey, you don't have to necessarily go to prison to come on. I mean, we've interviewed people that have just been arrested, or that have just, like, this is a trauma podcast. It's people that have been to, gone through traumatic experiences and they're coming on to talk about it. It's therapeutic, to tell your story. And I was talking to one of our agents earlier about this, and it's like we've tapped into a market that's been untapped in the podcast industry. Like, how many of you guys that watch our show actually take the time to sit and watch other podcasts? Like, it's such a unique following. So yeah, Island of Guam, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys watching my content. I mean, everyone, every city, every state, every country that tunes in, whether it's on the audio versions or the YouTube versions, I appreciate you guys. Like, I'm very, very grateful for you guys. I know now, and I know always, that I'm only here because of you guys. Like, the show does not exist without the followers, the fans, the friends. It's a community, that's what we're building here. And I'm also, with that, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in the beginning of the episodes, I'm going to try to start giving you guys a little bit of like updates, what's kind of going on in my life. Cause I don't want to say it mid episode. I don't want to get too much into my story, my stuff. So we could give the platform for the guests. Cause this podcast is guest driven. I have toyed with the idea that I'll do some solo episodes here and there to kind of focus on my experience too. But for the most part, it's guest driven. And in the beginnings, I will give you guys like, some updates, what's going on, this and that. So tune into the intros. Also, big thank you to our first sponsor, Factor, the food company, the meal kit. If you guys use code LOCKEDIN50, get 50% off. Listen, the food is actually good. I'm never going to promote something that I don't believe in. I tried it before I even ran an ad for them. It's really good food. So give it a shot. When you do the code, it is expensive when you don't have a discount code, but at least do one order using code LOCKEDIN50, and it's cheap, like, for the amount of meals you get with the code. It is expensive if you don't have the code, but at least try it. Maybe you like it. So give that a shot. But yeah, guys, if you have any more questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to stay on, like another 12, 15 minutes. Taking some BCAs right now. Deanna, thank you. I'm sorry you had a traumatic childhood. But it's definitely, I think that's the greatest thing about this podcast, is it's so relatable to the average person that has gone through shit. I was thinking about this earlier, and it's like, you see like celebrities and you see people that have like their dirty laundry like aired out, and people are like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And with my thing, it's like, my dirty laundry's out there. Like, that's the worst of the worst. Like, I went to prison, I lost everything. I went to prison. I made all these mistakes. Whatever they want to say about me, it's all bashed through the news. Like, that's out there, and I'm overcoming that. So what are they going to say now? Like, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just I'm working on the podcast. I'm working on me, and I'm so dialed in on that. So it just, there's a power in that, getting over your shit and focusing and dialing in and proving people wrong. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm going, and we're doing it together. Ash's Van Life. Hey, just wanted to give you a shout out. I always see you commenting, and I always see you showing love. It does not go unnoticed, and I appreciate that. I know literally every one of my posts, I always see a comment from you. Don't always get the chance to respond to it, but it means the world. So just know, keep on commenting, and I appreciate it. Barbie D, thank you. I appreciate that. What else we got? Steve Cabral, Main Street Legend. Thank you, man. Listen, all right, so let's address that aspect. You guys think that sometimes people come on the show and lie? It's not up for me. I screen people like to make sure that they're not saying they went to prison and they didn't actually go to prison. But my job is to give people a platform to tell their story and share it. It's on them if they lie. Like, people are going to lie, or people are going to embellish things. They have to live with that. If they want to come on the platform so bad and lie, that's on them. My job is to interview them, ask the good questions you want to hear, and just share their story. And sometimes you guys got to remember that, people go through crazy things. Like, if when you guys first heard about me, did you honestly believe that I owned a nightclub at 18? Like, if you didn't even look at it on Google to verify it, it happens. Like, people go through crazy shit. And sometimes just because we as individuals have never experienced that before doesn't mean it's never happened before. And also, another thing to realize is every prison's different. Every person's experience is different. Every person I interview has a different prison experience. So it's just something to keep in mind, guys. Let's try not to be so hard on everyone that comes on the show. Let them tell their story, and the facts will present themselves. Trisha, yeah, I've learned so quick. I was so anti Premiere Pro for the longest time. I was editing all my videos on InShot, the app, and also using the Captions app. And the quality was still good. I was doing my thing, but it was so time consuming. Now I'm sitting here. I got this iMac. I got the MacBook right here, and I'm just busting out the content. I got all my shorts are now going to have the nice professional logo on it. The captions are looking good. Like, I'm so excited. And I love it. Like, I love sitting here editing. I love making these videos. Like, I'm learning as I go. And it's going to get better. It's only going to get better. And we're going to pull this off, we're going to hit that milli subscribers, and then we're going to hit 5 million, and we're going to keep going. And it's a comeback story at the end of the day. So again, thank you guys. I can't stress that enough. Like, would not be here without you. Steve, man, yeah, Danbury, Connecticut probation is tough, but I'm glad you got through it. Yeah. Matt, what's up, man? I appreciate you, Matt. Guys, I want to give a shout out to Matt Hernandez from Q29 Productions. It's a production team we use. Matt works for them. The times you see like our GIF reels, like with the videos, he edits those. Matt's been a great person on the team. Really good guy. He actually taught me how to use Premiere Pro for the very first time. So what I know now, what I'm able to do now, is because of Matt Hernandez, Q29. So again, big shout out to you, Matt. Keep doing your thing. It means the world, and keep rocking, dude. You're definitely an inspiration. What else we got? Sorry, I just got to respond to this text real quick. I'll definitely check out Saltwater Cowboy. David Duran, I'm lame, man. That sucks. That's not nice. Someone's having a bad day. Sorry, I'm just sending this real quick. But if you guys have questions, drop them and I'll get to them. Yeah, JD is the best, man. Yeah, Nick, thank you, man, for tuning in. I haven't been live in a while. I felt bad. I've been meaning to get to it. Just every time I want to do a live, something comes up, and I've just been so busy. But I knew I owed you guys a live, and I promise I'm going to start trying to do them more often. And guys, if you missed it earlier, we're working on producing live shows. I have a call tomorrow about it. Really excited to hear what's going to happen with it. But there's going to be a whole like touring aspect to this, doing live shows in different cities. Because I think it would be funny to do like a comedy aspect with the podcast and stuff. And don't forget to follow me on the IG, Ian_Bick. Nick, we'll definitely keep you in mind, man. I appreciate it. I will keep you guys posted on it. Dude, Tuxedos is my whole story is definitely going to be a good movie, TV show, documentary, and that'll come in time when the time comes. I'm not going to rush it. For so long I was focused on it, but now I found my purpose. My purpose is this podcast. I'm focused on it, and that's what everything else will fall into place, but it's not about me anymore. You guys don't see me making clips telling my story or anything. It's about giving people a platform, and getting their stories out there. So that's my purpose. So that's what I'm doing, and I got to just run with it. I can't be focused on like trying to sell my story or this and that. That'll come in time, and then I'm able to say, think of it this way: if I sold out to Netflix right now, right? If they wanted to do something and they gave me a platform, then everyone's going to say, oh, Netflix put you on. We're building this without them. Fuck Netflix, fuck HBO, fuck all those people, that didn't believe in it or anything like that. We're building this together, guys. It's us, you guys, the fans, the followers, the supporters, and me. That's who's building this channel. It's not some big network that decides, oh, they finally want to do a documentary on me, and they do it. So it's us, guys. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And that's what I'm looking at. And honestly, YouTube's a new TV. I barely watch a show. So people like this lot, like I'm doing this on my own. We don't have some big network. We're not backed by investors. We don't have all this money. Like we did this on our own. I edit the videos like that. I think that's what makes it special. We're not some big podcast world that just got handed a show. Like you see all these celebrities that have you see all these celebrities that they have a podcast because all these sites give them a podcast. It doesn't make them a good podcaster just because they're fucking famous. They get a podcast. So yeah, Midwest TV, you're doing a lot of hate, my friend. I don't think it's going to plateau. I think it's only going to rise, and we have a lot of good interviews, and it's not about me. It's about, continuing to bring on new guests, and you can't beat that. It's driven by individual stories, and there's so many people's stories, and love and passion is always going to win. So you can hate all you want, but at the end of the day, love, I'm a big believer in love and passion, getting you to the finish line. That's where we've gotten this far. They said we were going to plateau 2 months ago. I keep pushing. I don't give up. That's how it is at the end of the day. So even if we had 1,000 views tomorrow or 500 views, I'm not going to get discouraged, and I'm still going to post the videos. That's the name of this game. So we're rocking. Yeah, the cop in jail story is crazy, guys. It's at like 70,000 views in a day. It's nuts. Um, if we find someone that was on death row that got off death row and got out of prison, I would be open to that. But we don't interview people that are in prison. They have to have a inspirational arc to the story. Dream person to interview. I'd love to interview some celebrities like Martha Stewart, Mike the Situation, um, any of those guys that have been to prison. Yeah, Steve literally just said Mike the Situation, but that's who I would love to interview. And we're gonna get there. Yeah, Graham, I agree. There's plenty of people that have went to prison, so we just got to keep pushing it, man. The channel will die if I stop producing content. If I give up, um, that's the way it works. And yeah, guys, I know I've been on a hiatus from the lives. Rye guys, shout out to you. You were like one of our first members only subscribers. You always comment. Um, Appreciate you, man. I really do. I remember seeing a post that you said that you were in between jobs or struggling a little bit financially, and you still went out of your way to spend that $4.99 to support us. So just from the bottom of my heart, means a lot, man. And I always see your comments. You're always one of the first people to respond. Um, so means the world. I'm not going to forget you guys. I recognize the people that have commented on our videos from day one when we had no subscribers, when we had 1,000 subscribers, when people said I was a terrible interviewer, which I was. I'm not disagreeing, and I forced myself to get better. So I appreciate you, man. Celebrities, I met Joe Gaitis. Um, Joe Gaitis Gaitis. I met him in prison, and I met George Papadopoulos at the prison camp that went to jail for 2 fucking weeks with his association with Trump. I was at the camp with him. Um, Nick, if you want to DM me on Instagram, Ian_Bick, I will get back to you there. Or my email is Ian@ianbick.com is my email. I check all my emails. Joel, thank you so much for those kind words. Really means a lot, and I appreciate that. We're getting better, man. We're definitely grinding. Favorite person I interviewed, I love JD Delay is always going to be my favorite, man. He really, he helped. That first video I did with him was our first video that really took off. JD, I always got love for him. I will always have love for him. That's like my big brother. I would definitely say JD. We had him on the show twice. I like my interview with Johnny Mitchell. Talk to Johnny all the time. I like all the guests, but it's good. It's really good. Josh Austin is another one. Really like Josh Austin a lot. Me and him are becoming very close. Howard. So that's a good question. Let me look at the interviews real quick. There's definitely a couple that I have off the top of my head. The Devin Riley one definitely surprised me. I think Josh's was definitely a game changer because, I interviewed Josh Austin that first time, not really knowing the direction it was going to go in because he had never been to prison before. And that was my first challenging episode to navigate because one, it went viral. And I didn't focus on the military parts of his story that everyone wanted to hear. So that really, it made me, that episode changed my perspective of interviewing and really dialed me in. And it was like, you gotta take this to another level. You need to dial in and focus on this a little bit more and pay more attention. So, that was definitely a game changer. That surprised me. We had him back for part 2 and I'm learning from that. Hanlon, there's definitely a difference. And when we have West Coast guys on the show, we'll definitely cover that. Mario, I'd love to have Jessica Kent on the show. You know, we've been reaching out to her since day one. It's just a matter of scheduling. She has a busy life, and eventually she'll come on the show. And she's always welcome. She has my number whenever she wants to hit me up. She's always going to be welcome. You know, if she says, "Hey, I want to come on the show tomorrow," we'll get her out here. Always got love for Jessica, and she's very close with JD. So yeah. But guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I got a little bit of work to do. Appreciate the support so much. We're gonna get back into doing these weekly lives. I have it on my notes. Don't worry. Thank you guys for helping us get here. Thank you guys for your support. Howard, just to answer your question, this Thursday's episode is really good. It's with a woman, a female guest. We haven't had one in a little bit. That's going to be a great episode. Definitely tune into that 7 p.m. Thursday. So thank you guys again so much. And we'll talk soon. Keep tuning in. Follow me on Instagram if you guys want to connect. And yeah, love you guys.